Welcome to another episode of Did Y'all See? Today we're joined by a reader, a guest, Kiera Leon.
Hey.
Kiera, thank you for being here with us today.
You're welcome. I'm excited. I've been thinking about it, you know. Unfortunately last night some of my spirit went down, but I'm here.
Okay.
We on time, right?
All right, so let's get into that. Sorry to bring you down first thing in the morning, but we want to talk about what happened yesterday in South Carolina, Emmanuel AME Church. There was a man who walked in, a white guy, young, walked in and he killed 9 people during Bible study last night. So I really don't know what to say. I guess, what do you guys think about this? The people were calling it a hate crime, and some people were like, no, this is actually an act of like terrorism to target a historically black church, knowing people were going to be there on Wednesday night for Bible study. It was very premeditated. And it reminds me of a lot of like the bombing in Birmingham with the 4 girls. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Yeah, that's what came to mind too.
So what do you guys think about all of this?
The first thing that came to my mind when I read who actually got killed was a senator and the pastor. That's an assassination, you know, that's how I see it. And it was just like, you would go that far for what, you know? And I was on social media crazy last night and I came across a status and they were like, the U.S. is digging its own grave. So I just pray for this country because I live here, you know. Sometimes I think about leaving, but it's kind of like my family's here, everything's here. But it's just like we have to just keep going on and keep fighting for what's right.
It broke my heart. Like, seriously, like when you think about like sitting in church and you don't know. And it's just like, why would people, like, it seems like we're going backwards. It literally seems like we're going backwards, that stuff like this is happening. Like you said, it reminds you of those little girls, and it's just like, it blew my mind. It just blew my mind. I don't really know what else to say about it, so.
I don't know, I'm just kind of annoyed with the media coverage, the language that they're using, it's a hate crime, and also the fact that like a lot of media outlets are not showing his picture, or they're waiting for a certain time bracket where they know people are not really going to be in front of their televisions to really show like who this person is, you know, like, oh, we have the picture, and then it's like there's a pause, but there's no picture. Y'all playing games. So I don't know, like, he'll probably plead insanity when they find him, and you know how these things go. So I can't invest too much energy in it because it's like, what's really gonna happen, you know?
I mean, I would hope he goes to jail, right?
He would, but I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? It's not going, like the way they treat us the way they treat us in the process of us just stealing like a Black and Mild from the corner store. It's like, it's exactly. You know, like, with him, it's like, oh, you know, he wasn't right in his...
I haven't actually heard that. Have y'all heard them start? Because we don't know anything about this man.
I'm waiting on it.
I've heard mentally ill.
I'm waiting on it.
I've heard, you know, oh, he's like, you know, he was mentally disturbed or whatever. I'm just like...
No, he wasn't. No, he's just
we don't know him yet.
You know where he was going. Like, this is one of the oldest churches south of Baltimore.
Like Dr. King spoke at this church.
So it's a famous...
It's the Mark Reese's church.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's disappointing because I feel like anytime you go into church for prayer, you know, that's your most vulnerable, you know, time and most vulnerable point, and to think someone would use that time when you're in conversation with God to like murder you, like it just makes my stomach like just sink. It's just really terrible, and it is irritating to me that it's not being talked about as a terrorist act. And there was a bombing, or not, was it a bombing or was it a shooting some months last year where it was was it like a Muslim?
A mosque.
Yeah, like a mosque, and a white man went in there and shot up in there, and it wasn't considered an act of terrorism either. I don't know if it's just acts against people of color are not deemed acts of terrorism, or if it's like acts against people based on their religious faiths are not, you know, deemed acts of terrorism.
Because I feel like when they went into the synagogue like a couple of years ago, they didn't call it a terrorism either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know what the thing is. It's like, does there need to be a certain number of people dead before you're like, oh, it was 30 people, so we're going to call it an act of terrorism. But like, it's just interesting to me what is deemed what. And I think that when it is terrorism, you know, it's more serious. It's more like people are more, you know, up in arms about it, and the police are doing more. And I just feel like this is going to be one of those things where it's like they're looking for this guy. It's going to take some time. They might find him, and it'll be like, yeah, he was crazy. He going to come into court with like green hair and be like, just like the other dude in the the guy in the movie theater looking crazy as hell, and we're just going to be like, well, he was crazy. Like, it's just ridiculous.
One report that said that he went in the church, he sat through Bible study.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Now that's bold. He sat through Bible study. And then there was another report that, you know, it's like different, you know, people, different outlets are hearing different things. There was one report that said a 5-year-old child was there and he survived by playing dead. There was another woman, he told her, I'm going to let you live just so you can go back and tell everybody what happened. So it's like.
Was he walking around and just choosing people? Was it
No, they said
random bullets?
They had praise and worship, and then he sat down for the, for the sermon, and was just like, like how we all sit down and for Bible study, and then like after an hour he got up, started screaming, and then that's when he pulled out the gun. So it's like one of those things that, you don't, then that's the thing with black churches, you don't want to then start looking at, exactly, because then we look crazy,
So those are our thoughts on Charleston. We'll be sure to keep you updated as new information comes in. But in the meantime, let us know what you think about this story. Is it a hate crime? Is it an act of terrorism? Let us know in the comment section below.